Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at 3 important pieces to A Distant Echo, the second episode of the final season of the Clone Wars. So if you enjoy this video, make sure that you leave a like, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. With that, let's dive in. After the recap of episode 1, we make the now familiar landing into Fort Anaxes. The team is waiting for the council to approve their mission to go and rescue Echo. While Rex is really the only one who believes and is confident that Echo is alive, the others just want to figure out how the Separatists seem to be transmitting their plans and their battle tactics. The Bad Batch, especially Hunter, believes that this is even a trap. So here's the first important thing that I think this episode shows us and that we need to make sure we understand from this episode, and that is that Anakin's story is foreshadowed, that his arc is hinted at. And well, that's not new for Star Wars. There's plenty of episodes throughout the Clone Wars that foreshadow where Anakin ends up, and some of those episodes are even more explicit in their foreshadowing than this. But this episode is clear in goal. Throughout the war, Anakin has just been that general, that Jedi who jumps into action. He's got unconventional strategies, he's confident, he knows that his actions will play a key role in a swift end of the Clone Wars. However, in this episode, that tone shifts. Because remember, we're entering the 4th year of the Clone Wars. It's not been a swift end. It's not been an easy 3.5 years. Things show no sign of slowing down, and at this point, the burden of being kept away from his wife Padme Amidala is becoming tiresome and frustrating. So we see a tired and frustrated Anakin talking to Padme, who's very clearly pregnant, by the way, and Anakin doesn't seem to pick up on that. It's kind of crazy that it's a surprise to him in Revenge of the Sith. But anyways, so Anakin's not the main character in this episode. The focus is on Rex and his personal mission to rescue Echo, the ARC trooper who was left behind and thought to be killed on the Citadel. From the last episode, it's revealed that it's pretty likely that Echo is alive. The possibility that Echo is alive blurs the lines between personal feelings and the objective for the coming mission, which is again to figure out how the Separatists are transmitting their battle strategies on Anaxes. The struggle to separate personal feelings from the objective mission is really the heart of even Anakin's own personal battle, and ironically, Anakin even calls Rex out on this, telling him to prepare for the worst and that it might be time to let go of the idea that Echo is still alive. So the season's gonna obviously continue to aggressively push the arcs of multiple characters towards where they end up in Revenge of the Sith and afterwards. Anakin especially. I think that we will continue to see episodes and moments in Anakin where he is very clearly struggling with the tension of his role as a Jedi General, as a Jedi Knight, and as a husband to Padme. The second most important thing is that the Bad Batch, well, they can handle themselves. And okay, I get it. That's pretty obvious just by looking at each one of them, but hear me out. The Bad Batch has been operating independently for the most part for the entire war. It's mentioned that they've worked with Commander Cody on a few occasions, and I assume that they've worked with other people on a few occasions, but beyond that, we're not even really sure who they answered to. When asked, Hunter's response is, "Can't say I've got an answer for you." And when they're asked about their mission record, Hunter responds just by saying, at this point, they've all blurred together. And of course, all of the clones and the Jedi and everybody involved in the Clone Wars are feeling that the war, the losses, and the missions have all blurred together. But the Bad Batch is different. They've been operating on their own. They've been experiencing all of this independently. Typically, the Jedi, though, would outpace their squads. However, during the mission to Skako, the Bad Batch, they keep pace and even rescue Anakin multiple times. It's not just that they're good fighters, but it's deeper than that. Once again, they've been operating independently. They've gone the entire war without having a Jedi General leading their fights, or even without being a part of a larger battalion. The majority of clones have developed their fighting style to be supportive of their Jedi Generals and complement that, but the Bad Batch, they've gone without that. Their fighting style is unique. They're able to dispatch enemies in large quantities on their own and in their own unique way as individuals. While the advantage to the clone army is that they can creatively think, unlike the battle droids, the Bad Batch elevates this to a whole new level. They're adaptive to every situation thrown at them. We even see this in this episode when Anakin is abducted by the Poltech natives. Crosshair fires a grappling hook at the Kiridak, which is the flying creature worshipped by the natives. Upon latching on to the Kiridak, Hunter grabs the cable and is flying behind the Kiridak. Eventually, that leads him to their village, where he's able to transmit his location to the rest of the team, where they rescue Anakin for the first time. So the Clone Wars, the Clone Army is full of soldiers who can handle themselves. We see soldiers like Fives, Rex, Cody, and so many other clones that we love. They can handle themselves. It's not like they're useless compared to the Bad Batch. But the Bad Batch, their mutations and their independent operations excels them past any clone that we've seen so far. So the Bad Batch can handle themselves. That's obvious, I get it, but it's important that we understand why they can handle themselves the way they do. The third important piece to this episode is that Echo is alive, and well, that was an important piece of the last episode too, but now it's confirmed and we see what he looks like, what state he's in, and well, it's not great. The episode ends with Echo being found alive, and he's found in a stasis chamber, hooked to tubes and drugged. He has no idea where he's at. He's completely unaware of his surroundings. Rex and Tech, while they're unhooking him and getting ready to take him back, kind of come to the conclusion that the Separatists must have been mining his mind for information about the Republic's strategies on Anaxis. Overall, this episode was one of the best episodes of the Clone Wars I've seen, and I'm really trying not to jump the gun on this because I know that we've got a whole season of really great episodes that are probably going to push the expectations of the episode following it. I'm so excited for it, but this episode, the action was unique. It was fast-paced. We got to see the unique fighting style of the Bad Batch. We got to see Anakin Skywalker back in action. And can we talk about the way that lightsabers sound? Lightsabers sounded great in this new episode so far. And the dialogue was powerful, but not only was it powerful, it was efficient in telling the story, and it moved the story forward. Anakin and Padme's scene is awesome. It hints at what we're gonna see in Revenge of the Sith, but also it's endearing, and we really get a feel for the tension that Anakin is feeling. There's comedic relief, and the comedic relief was tasteful, it was well-timed. Without jumping the gun on the season, I would rate this as a 9 out of 10. It seems hard to top, but I know that they will top it. I know that this season is only going to continue to get better and better. We've still got so many characters that we know we'll see and we're excited to see. We've got to see where Ahsoka's at. We've got to see where Maul's at. We've got to see even where Obi-Wan's at. We haven't really got to see what he's up to. So I'm excited for this episode. What do you think? Comment below. What would you rate this episode? And what are you looking forward to as the final season of the Clone Wars progresses?